today on cool things in the Bible. Imagine getting deployed to war for 7 years, no pay, and the land you're conquering will not be yours in any way. And you're fighting that whole 7 years. You do not get to go home. That's exactly what 40,000 men of the tribes of Reuben and Gad did. And there is no parallel to this in the entire history of human warfare. Alexander the Great took 37,000 guys into Asia to conquer the world. Campaign lasted 10 years, but those warriors got to reap the benefits of their warfare. They claimed those lands and the spoils, setting themselves up for prosperous futures in those conquered territories. And really, the norm for soldiers is rotations, reinforcements, seasonal returns to your family, limited deployments, 6 months, etc. But not these guys. So why? Why would they do that? 3 reasons. Number 1, and as a review, the first batch of men leaving Egypt under Moses were too cowardly to conquer the promised land flowing with milk and honey. And God cursed them for that, to die in the desert. And when those guys finally passed, their children are getting ready to finally go back into the promised land and conquer it. All of a sudden, the tribes of Reuben and Gad say, hey guys, this land that we're in right here on the east side of the Jordan is perfect for us. This is all we want. Our flocks and herds like this grass. We've already built cities here. Our wives and children are comfy cozy in their homes. We're just going to stay here. And the other 10 tribes and Joshua are like, what? Are you kidding? God has commanded us to conquer the promised land. And you know what? They cut a deal. They basically say, okay, you want to stay in this land? You need to fulfill your duty to God and to us and help us conquer the promised land for however long it takes. Once you do that, we will hold your part of the obligation complete and fulfilled, and you can go back to these lands that you love so much. And they agree. And so all that background and context to say, guys, that really reason number 1 of their motivation in doing this is rooted in personal gain. They love that land. They're already settled there. They've built cities, their families are thriving, they want to continue to prosper and build their future in that land. And this is how they do that. Go on this military campaign and you can do that. Okay. Reason number 2, and this is a big one, probably the biggest. Fear of God. They have personally witnessed their fathers dying in the desert, being cursed by God for cowardice, for not conquering the promised land. They don't want to suffer that same fate. They're not going to walk in their father's footsteps. They know how serious God was when he said, you go into that promised land and you conquer it. They know they're on the hook. So yes, we will fight God. We will do that. And reason number 3, family. The ties that bind, the familial obligation to their distant relatives, the other tribes of Israel. This really is not a driving motivator. If it hadn't been for the fear of God and the personal gain that was in their hearts for that land that they love so much, they probably wouldn't have done it just for the sake of family. But those other 2 reasons were reasons enough, and so they did it. And they can add a sense of, yeah, you know, we're helping our family, we're helping our brothers, our nation, and they can feel good about that. And so after 7 years of hard fighting, we read in Joshua 22, Joshua himself speaking to them, you've kept all that Moses commanded you, you've obeyed my voice, you've not left your brothers. These many days, 7 years, up to this day, you have not left, you have not gone home. and you've kept the commandment of the Lord, and now the Lord your God has given rest to your brothers. Therefore now return and go to your tents. So a few takeaways here, guys. They fulfilled their obligation and duty to God. They can return home with clear consciences and enjoy their lands, their families, and continue to build that and their legacies. They returned battle-hardened warriors. They were heroes. And the battle always belongs to the Lord. Amen.